Okay. All right, I think we're recording. So this is actually, I'm going to use you guys as my personal test group for this new training system. So if it sucks, I'm sorry in advance. But I'm really excited to share with you guys. Basically, it's the ins and outs of getting started as a new coach. So you guys are all in the literally in the early couple weeks of your business, or are getting ready to launch your businesses. So you have lots of questions, are probably super overwhelmed, really fearful of what people are going to think of you. And trust me, all of that is normal. So I'm here to support you and guide you on that. But what's really neat is that all of you guys are starting within like the same month. And so I first see you getting really close as a group of women that are going through this at the same time. So what I'm going to ask you to do is, we're going to go around. I want you to introduce yourself, share what your favorite Beachbody workout program is, and then what your reason for becoming a coach is. And I'm going to start with Leanne, and I'm going to unmute you. Hold on. All right, Leanne, you go first. So what's your name, favorite Beachbody program, and why you became a coach?
My name is Leanne Vaden. My favorite workout program, Rachel knows this, is 21 Day Fix.
I do know that.
And the reason I became a coach is because I've seen like everything that Rachel does and how she is able to make people feel better about themselves and how great of a feeling that is, and see it happen. And I just wanted to be a part of it, and just wanted to really, branch out and do something that I love for once.
Love it.
Just see how it goes. I'm, nervous because it's like my first week, but I'm really excited though. Really, really excited. I've already had somebody reach out today, so.
Yay! It's like the best. I'm telling you, that first person that I signed up, I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. Like that first $15 commission was the biggest deal. I was like, somebody trusts me to guide them. This is such a big honor. I still feel that way. Every time somebody signs up, I'm like, just thanks for choosing. Like, I want to be like, thank you for choosing me. Anyways, I get it. So thanks for sharing. I love hearing that. Okay, I'm going to mute you, and then we're going to go to Miss Allison. Oh, yes, Miss Alice. Hold on. Hold on. You keep moving around, and that's not your fault. That's me. All right. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. I unmuted the wrong person. Okay, now.
My name is Allison Ewald. My favorite is size. I love to size it up. I became a Beachbody coach. Well, I was just kind of tired of kind of hiding in the shadows. I thought I was healthy by doing Whole30 after Whole30 after Whole30. And yes, I lost weight, but Whole30 is an elimination program. Mm-hmm. And once you start adding those foods back in, you gain more weight, and you gain actually more weight than you lost before. And it wasn't feasible for me to do a Whole30 while raising two very active boys. Yeah, I needed the guidance. I needed accountability. I needed some help and strength from other people to kind of keep me on track. So that's why I started.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. I love that. Okay, I'm going to go with, hopefully this thing cooperates with me. I'm going to go with Miss Misty next. Hold on. Let me see if it's, shoot, you may have to unmute yourself. Well, okay, wait, go ahead. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Misty Landwehr, and I joined Beachbody to get healthier because I'm way overweight. And I became a coach because I love this program. I just, like you said, I fell in love with this whole Restoration Nation, the whole Beachbody experience. And I have so many people, even that I know right now, that needs it. And I think that I can help them. And I've always wanted to help people. And, that's why I started.
This is your avenue. I love that. Yeah. What's your favorite Beachbody workout program?
Right now, it's 21 Day Fix. Yeah, I do that. I just done total body cardio. So.
Oh God, I don't like that. Those surrenders are the best. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then Miss Amber. Somebody in the car, running from the car. All right, girl, you go.
Okay, so my name's Amber, and my favorite Beachbody program, I would say, is Country Heat. I did that my first 3-4 months when I first started. So, and I mean, it felt like no time. I loved it. So that's my favorite, and I want to become a coach because I just want everybody to feel what I'm feeling. I feel amazing, and I'm so happy. I've completely changed. So I just want to help others.
Well, and if people on the call don't know Amber, so Amber's lost 105 pounds. And so she is now at that point. And I had a feeling one day maybe, I mean, you can't lose 105 pounds and people not be like, girl, you got to tell me what you're doing. So I'm excited. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Amber. Okay, so I'm going to keep you guys muted. Feel free if you have a question and drop it in the chat and I'll answer it live. But we're going to go through some of the basics. We're going to talk about goal setting. We're going to talk about what are your next steps as a new coach. Hopefully, if you haven't gotten it, let me know. But hopefully you have received, I think all of you have, the new coach checklist. And that's just basically setting up your websites, making sure you know how to answer questions, things like that. So if you haven't finished that, make sure you do that because that will answer a lot of the nitty gritty ins and outs, how to sign somebody up type things. So the first thing I want to talk about is goals. So it's really easy to not know where to start when you're beginning your business because you're like, I want to help people, but where do I go from here? And some of the basic goals that are really easy to start with. And for me, all I focused on was paying for my shakes. I just knew that I wanted to get my shakes paid for every month. And that was my very first goal as a coach. You may hit it in your first month and you may not. For me, so just a little backstory so that as you go throughout your coaching business, you don't think that if 10 people don't sign up with you on day one of your launching of your business, that's actually not the norm. So for me, I launched my business. I went all in as a coach in January, but the previous fall, I had been sharing as a coach, but not really inviting behind the scenes or doing any of the daily activities. I was just sharing my journey. My first month, I made $15. I signed up one person with a base kit. I didn't make anything else for 3 more months. And then in the fall, I made maybe $100 one month. And then going into January, when I really committed to the business side of things, I started seeing that consistent paycheck for my shakes, and then of course it grew from there. But in that first season, it wasn't an instant and I had transformation. I had lost 40 pounds by the time I shared that I was a coach, but people just have to watch you for a while. They have to trust that you're going to be there a few months from now. You're going to have your core group of people that are going to be that I call your dirt list. These are the people that would buy dirt from you. Those are the people that are probably going to be more inclined to say yes right away. And then the other people that are going to have to watch you for a little bit. So don't let that discourage you. That has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with your business or anything that you have done right or wrong. That's just the norm. So just go into it realizing that. The goal is to help 3 people a month get started through Success Club, and we're going to walk through that in a second. Enrolled coach in 2 weeks. This sounds overwhelming, but it's actually pretty simple. You just want somebody to join with a challenge pack and sign up as a discount coach. They don't have to build a business. They don't have to do anything like that. They can just get a discount on their shakes each month, even if they're not sure if they want to do it more than a few months. Say, you know what, you can save 25%, and that's usually enough for someone to go over that kind of threshold. So we're going to go through that. Earning $200 in your first month would be awesome. I'm sure everybody could use an extra $200 in their budget. Diamond coach in 90 days, and then earning $500 by your 3rd month. So those are kind of just a baseline of what you can set your goals by, but you can go far beyond that. You can set them less than that, but that's just a kind of a good middle of the road. Here's what you could start with. The next thing, so we're going to break that down. So the first part is Success Club. We call this the Life Changers Club, and this is helping a minimum of 3 people get started on with a challenge pack. So one challenge pack is 2 points. Really, that's the simplest way to put it. There are other packages that are more points, but majority of the time, the base challenge pack is 2 points. Or you can sign up with somebody signed up for just Shakeology. That's actually 2 points now, not 1 point, I believe. So if they sign up for Shakeology or for challenge pack on auto ship, then there's your 2 points. And then in order to reach Success Club 5, you sell 3 of those. That's Success Club 6, and you're good to go. I do want to add on at the end, for anyone who has signed up as a coach and then instantly start building a business. So for me, this didn't apply because I became a discount coach first because I really just wanted to save some money. And then by the time I came around to where I was building a business, I didn't qualify to earn a free ticket to Summit. But if you're within your first 3 months of actually physically signing up as a coach, and I think Allison is probably the only one that may qualify for this, then those first 3 months, you have the opportunity, if you hit Success Club in month 1, 2, and 3, you can earn a free ticket to our yearly event, which is going to be in Indianapolis next July. So that's what Success Club is. Now, how are you going to do that? So that's a big question. It's great. Okay, cool. We know we need to earn Success Club, but how do you do it? So your first step is and can everybody see these hopefully? The first step is you're going to host a challenge group. Step 2 is you're going to invite to it, and we're going to break these down. And step 3 is you're going to get your friends and family started. So in order to do that, your first step is to host a challenge group. And I know Leanne and I were talking about this earlier. Miss you and I were talking about this earlier. So this is really kind of the big question. So do you go about hosting your own group? Do you invite to Restoration Nation family page? There is no right or wrong. So just know that your business is going to be whatever you want. There's no like you have to do your own and do it this way and XYZ. Whatever your comfort level is, I'm okay with. And I know that your coach, if you have a different upline, they're okay with as well. But let's say you're wanting to host your own group. You're going to set a date. So you're going to look at your calendar, preferably a couple weeks out, and set a date for your start of your prep week. So you usually spend about a week in prep, and then you can pick whether you're going to do a 21-day challenge or a 30-day challenge, or whatever it might be. But set your start date, decide where you're going to host it. So whether you're going to do it on Facebook in a group or you're going to do it in the My Challenge Tracker app, and then you're going to just start it. So that's you're hosting your own group. Option 2 is to join the team challenge group. So we have every month we run team-wide groups. It's kind of one thing that we do as a community of coaches, which I really love, is that we run groups together. And there's a lot of benefit to that. There's also a lot of benefit to running your own. People really see you as a leader if you're the one posting every single day and if you're the one, the face. Like, you guys probably all view me as your leader because I'm the main face of Restoration Nation family. So it would be the same thing for you if you host your own challenge group. And you don't have to have a minimum number of people or maximum number of people to get in a group. You can have one person, you can have 25, it doesn't matter. It really is just about accountability and support, no matter how big or small. So joining the team challenge group, you can either do it in our Restoration Nation family page. You're welcome to add people into there. That's ongoing. There's no start and no end date. Or you can join one of our monthly theme challenges. So this month, the window has already passed for our Lift 4 and 2B Mindset groups. That started today, actually. If you wanted to sign people up and add them, I'm not going to tell you no. But that momentum shift has happened today. So our next groups are probably not going to start until August. It is July, right? Yes. So in August, and I was thinking of running, and we'll talk about this at the end of the call. Nobody let me forget, of running a clean week, essentially semi-free group. It would be a 1-week accountability group that only us new coaches would run together, and they would get a free Beachbody on-demand account, and they don't have access to BOD. They just have access to Clean Week. So they'd have the Clean Week meal plan, they'd have the Clean Week workouts, and then they would purchase a Shakeology sampler. And so their total investment is like $30. And then that gives them a taste of what our challenge group is like. That gives them a taste of the material, lets them see what BOD is like, lets them taste Shakeology. So that's like a $30 kind of group that we could run together. So if that's something that interests you, I'd be happy to be the one that schedules all the posts. So all you guys have to do is talk about it and invite to it. But feedback on that would be great. That way I know kind of who's interested. So they can join one of those groups. Have at least 3 challengers in the group is ideal. That gives you kind of a coordinate of people that you're working with. More is always welcomed. And then you coach your own clients while learning from me within our group page. Most of you guys have been in a challenge for an extended period of time, so you know how the challenges work. So you're going to be holding your clients accountable via private message, text message, email, whatever you prefer, while they're also getting the group support from Restoration Nation families. So that's step 1, is hosting a challenge group. As a side note, I actually have an entire file that you guys can have access to that has our prep week on it. So every post that I put up for prep, I have it all in a file. You just copy, paste, and schedule. I also have an entire file of daily assignments, so you don't feel like you have to recreate everything. You can use the ones that I've used in the past. You can create your own, whatever you'd like to do, but that tool is available to you. Just let me know and I'll send it over. I've tried to keep it all in one place. That way you have the opportunity to, to have it. Okay, so step 2, this is kind of a funnel system. So inviting tends to be the one thing that scares coaches the most because it does put yourself out there. But the thing to keep in mind is that when someone says no, or when someone says not right now, that's not a reflection of you. I think a lot of times, especially in my early coaching business, I took it personally when someone was like, nah, no thanks, girl, I'm good, but you do your thing. And I was like, well, how come you don't want to join me? What's wrong with me? Like, don't you think this is awesome? It's awesome. I mean, we are so fired up as new coaches. We're like, what is wrong with you? Get with the program. This is the best thing that's going to change your life. And they just haven't seen that yet. So just know that that's okay. That's normal. I still hear no constantly. I just had 3 no's in my inbox right before I hopped on this call. So it does not change 3 years later. But those people that say yes, like take Carla on our team, for example. She said no to me for an entire year before she decided to jump in with a challenge group, and it changed her life and she became a coach. So this is kind of the funnel system of an invite. So your first step is to make a contact list, and we're going to go through that. You're going to write and send your invites. Follow the invitation process, which I actually just uploaded that into the team page, so you can go and look at that. But that gives you a really great visual of when you're having a conversation, how to go about navigating that in a way, because naturally people want to know right out the gate, well, how much does it cost? And we're so excited, it's our tendency as new coaches to be like, oh my gosh, let me tell you all about it. I'm going to word vomit on you everywhere and you're going to love it and this is going to be amazing. And they get overwhelmed and they shut down and then it goes nowhere. So it's an art to the conversation. So that invitation process is really great. If you want to review that, it has some really great tips on how to navigate that. Social media and getting people started. This is how you invite. So we're going to break this down a little bit. Make your contact list. This is huge to really be thinking about who are the people that you want to be best friends with. Who are the people that you want to talk to on a daily or every couple day basis. That's going to be who will be on your memory jogger. These are the people that you care about. You guys are not even remotely close to being at the point in your business where you're going to be talking to strangers. These are all people that you're going to know right now. So grade school, high school, college, family, you can literally just go through your friends list and say, oh my gosh, so-and-so would be a perfect fit. She was just talking to me about how she's struggling after having a baby, So what I want you to do is your call to action after the call. You don't have to make a list of 100 people. That's kind of a lot right out the bat. But make a list of 20 people this week that you feel strongly about, that you know that this could help. And use this as a memory jogger to do so. There's also a physical memory jogger in the team page. So if you need it, let me know. It should be in the files of the team page. So what does an invite look like? Some of you may have been invited to the opportunity and some of you may have not, or may not have. I think Allison, she found out from her friend Leslie, and it was kind of a word of mouth thing. But a lot of times you send a direct message to someone. This is not a mass vomit everywhere on people. This is something tailored to that person. So sometimes you might want to copy and paste if it's something that you feel strongly about. For me, I really love voice memos on Facebook. I really love to send, and most of you guys probably already know this, I really love to send voice memo invites because they know that it's coming from a person. They know that unfortunately nowadays with MLMs the way that they are, mass inviting is pretty common. So that's not something that I'm ever going to want to encourage you to do. I'm going to encourage you to build relationships and have real relationships with people. And then invites will be just an extension of that. But here's some examples of what you could do. Also in our new coach group is an entire file of invite ideas. So you can go in there, find something that you love, tweak it to your own, and this would be something that you would send to those people on your dirt list or on your memory jogger list that you want to invite to the opportunity. Okay, so the 5-step invitation process, this is, again, is in the team page. You want to form a relationship. Most of the people that you're going to be talking to, you've already got a relationship with. So that first step is probably, we can put a check mark there. You want to find out their goals, be enthusiastic and genuine, and answer each message with a question. So at the end of your messages, let's say you're talking with your best friend, Sarah, and they're so excited, they're curious, they're looking for information. They say, and you say, well, what are you struggling with? And they say, well, I really can't get over my sweet cravings. I hate working out. And then the next message, you want to say whatever you're going to say. You might say, girl, I totally know what you mean. I found a couple of really great sweet alternatives. Let me send you a recipe. Will you share with me a little bit about what you've tried in the past that has or hasn't worked? You're asking a question at the end of your message instead of saying, yes, girl, me too. And then the conversation would die at that point. And then you miss that boat where you could have that conversation and really get to the root of what they're looking to achieve. And ending each message with a question is a big thing that will help you. Identify what their needs are. So every time I have a conversation with somebody, I'm relating a program or a solution to their response. So let's say, like I just said, she said, girl, I hate working out. It's no fun, blah, blah, blah. And I would say something like, I remember how that felt. I felt the same way. One of the things I love about what I do is there's so many different options, but I personally started with dancing because it didn't feel like a workout. I enjoyed it and it was easy to follow. Is that something you'd be interested in? And then you keep that conversation going. You're going to share information with them, get feedback from them on what it is that they're looking to achieve and how we can meet that need. You can send videos and things like that during that conversation. And you can find videos on YouTube. I have a Beachbody On Demand tutorial that's on my YouTube as well. But that would be when you would send that and kind of have that dialogue. You're going to want to go into it with the mindset that they will sign up and that you have that positive, like, I can do this mindset. Don't be afraid of the cost. It's a great deal. It's our instinct to kind of be like, oh, well, it's $160, because we're like, we don't want you to think it's too much. But in reality, they're getting 30 meals, be proud of what you're offering them, because at the end of the day, they are getting a support system. And I'm sure that most of you can testify that you can't put a price tag on having a support system in this journey. And so go into that conversation with confidence. And also remember that I am here. We're going to create a little accountability pod just for this group of women. So just the coaches on this call, we're going to support each other as new coaches. Send your conversations if you want to, and let me help you respond to them, because that's something that over the past 2.5 years, I feel really strong at. I've been doing it for a long time. So let me help you navigate and guide that. Like Leanne did that earlier. She was like, girl, what do I say? How do I respond to this? And so I sent her some recommendation on how I would respond to it. And so I was able to guide her. So please feel free to do that. Use me as that resource. Social media. So a couple do's and don'ts. As you head into your business, these are the things to keep in mind. It's ideal to post, make it a goal twice a day. That's usually a golden number. You're going to have one maybe journey related, fitness, nutrition, something to do with your journey post. And then you're going to have one not completely non-Beachbody post that goes up. Maybe it's a motivational quote. Maybe it's a picture of your pets. Maybe it's a picture of your spouse, whatever it might be, but something that's non-Beachbody. So you want to really make sure that it's easy to get excited and just want to share all the things on social media, but you don't want to make such a huge shift that you become a Beachbody billboard. We're just sharing our story. So posting 2 to 3 times a day, focus on times when your audience will be on social media. So the people that you're going to connect with are probably, maybe if you go to bed by 10 o'clock at night, don't feel like you need to post something at 10:30. You're going to be attracting the people that are also like you, which is a good thing. Post pictures of yourself and your life. This is one of the biggest things that new coaches are afraid to do, because you're not where you want to be usually with your own journey, so you're afraid of putting yourself out there. But the more that you can include your face or your body in your pictures, you will see a lot more engagement, and people are going to be so much more encouraging, even on your page. Most phones have a timer, so you can set your phone up, do whatever you're doing, pretend you're making dinner, whatever you're going to do, and then it can snap a picture for you. So you don't always have to do a selfie. Sometimes the ones that aren't selfies tend to get more response anyways. Post about normal life. We talked about that. Get ideas from other coaches. So following me, following other coaches on our team, other coaches in the network. And then you're going to write a coming out as a coach post, which we've talked about in day 2 of our self-paced training. The don'ts are, you don't want to post your website and tell your audience to shop. That just screams buy, sell. Oh, that's not who we are as a team. Stock photos, people will scroll right past and they're going to think, oh, why is she posting that? Like, you're not going to have an emotional connection. We want people to relate to you on an intimate level and build real relationship. Don't post pictures of the product. So using cups that don't have the Shakeology logo on it, if you're posting about your shake, so basically things that label Beachbody. Here's why. Not because we're ashamed, but because people in the past have done it wrong. So other coaches may have signed up and been a Beachbody billboard, and your friends may have had a bad experience with them. That's not on you. You're different. And so when they see Beachbody, they relate it to that other person that tainted it for them. And so when you share things like, neon billboard Shakeology, and they've been told by their friends that it's expensive, then, hold on, 10 minutes. Okay. They've shared with their friend told them it was expensive, but they've never actually looked up the price. They're going to assume that it's expensive without even talking to you. When you share that it's superfoods and it's changed your health and you feel amazing, they're like, what kind of superfoods are you talking about? And that's more likely for them to trust you and to not feel like you're associated with someone that was negative in the past. Don't copy and paste other people's posts. Hopefully that goes without saying. And then don't not post about it too. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work. All right, so I've got 10 minutes, so we may have to send out a second link, so sorry about that. I downgraded my account, and I think I should have kept it. Getting people started. We've already gone through Share a Cart, which is in that new coach checklist, so I don't need to cover that. I'm pretty sure in that new coach checklist, we also talked about Emerald, but Emerald is so simple. It's just one person on the left, one person on the right, and they order Shakeology or some kind of performance line. And that's it. So you sign up, like Allison's coach, Leslie, she signed up. She got to Emerald without even realizing that she was at Emerald. So I had to text her and be like, hey, just by the way, you just got to Emerald. This is what it is. So it's not as hard as you think it is, but that's your first goal. And here's why. When you hit Emerald, you can start earning income that is not based off commissions. So this is when you start earning cycle bonuses. This is when you start earning based off your team below you, whether they're working the business or not. I built my entire business to Diamond without a single business building coach. So I got to Diamond without one person working in business. I signed up my mom and I signed up my husband and told them they had no choice, and I got to Emerald. And then I used their accounts, and I got them to Emerald, and then I popped, and I made Diamond. And that's how easy it was, because I was like, well, I'm doing this, so we're going to figure out how to do this. So Mom, you're on board. Hubby, you're on board. We're going to do this. So Emerald is super simple. If you're wanting this to be a legit long-term income, I highly encourage you to sign up your spouse. That's really a lot at once. I get that. Donnie is not at the top of my downline. And so that's really unfortunate when it comes to team bonuses and volume and stuff. And I won't go into that. But if you're wanting to do it, let's talk about that. That way I can help guide you on that. Diamond coach is the same thing. It's actually only just 8 coaches, and one coach on each side is an emerald coach. And we just talked about what emerald was. So I reached diamond, I think, in 6 months. So I didn't even do it in 90 days. So, we can set a diamond goal, but your first step is emerald. And truly from that point, it's just duplicating that. You're just your goal is to hit emerald every single month from that point forward, and you'll hit diamond faster than you know it. And diamond is really when you start seeing income growth too. So moving forward, here's kind of your checklist. Here's where we go from here. So the 4 vital behaviors of Beachbody, and these are our core values as a company, is to be proof the product works, to invite people to join us, to recognize other people's success and celebrate that, and then to do personal development. So notice that half of those have to do with you. So it's being proof of the product. So you're drinking your shake, you're doing your workout, you're being proof, and then sharing that so that other people would join you, and celebrating with people and doing personal development. So that's 4 vital behaviors. Inviting and posting comes before everything else, including training. So if you haven't shared on social media that day, do that first before you go watch a training that I post on the team page. Track your connections, your invites, your follow-ups, even if it's just a pen and paper and you're just writing down the people that you're talking to. Having that, because I did not track my business for 6 months. I literally flew by the seat of my pants for 6 months, and it was stressful. And so I'm going to help you. There's so many tracking systems, but a pen and paper works great. A calendar is great. And then there's several daily activity trackers that I can connect you to. Share your goals with me, with your upline coach. And then this kind of gives you a visual of your coach daily to-do list, which is also in the team page. So you don't feel like you have to screenshot that. Let me see. I think that's it. So I have 5.5 minutes. So do we have questions? Raise your hand if you're overwhelmed. Raise your hand if you're a little bit nervous. Okay. See, you're not alone. I'm going to stop screen sharing. You're not alone. That's normal. And I am here to support you and guide you. So I didn't have anybody helping me when I started in this business. I don't really have an upline coach. My coach is my cousin, and she just struggles in general. And so I have just been doing this kind of on my own. So I'm excited to be able to support you guys and to do things with you that I didn't get myself, that I had to fail forward and figure out. So right off the bat, who has a question that I can help out with? Anybody? Don't be afraid. No? You sure? Okay. You can send it to me in a private message. Oh, I have one. Hold on, Allison. What you got for me?
Okay, so instead of doing direct messages, I've seen people do a big just a post on social media saying, hey, I'm starting this challenge group, who wants to join me? Could you do something like that, or does it need to be more direct?
For both. I would do both. So you'll see that I have heavy post seasons, but I always am inviting behind the scenes. So I'm always sending those personal messages, but then obviously for the last 2 weeks, all I've done is talk about Lift 4. So I've done a ton of join this, I have 4 spots left, I have this, do this. So yes, you definitely want to post, but make sure you're sprinkling it in with your personal life posts. That way your page doesn't become all Beachbody. So for sure, you definitely want to do that. I find that my posts that do best when it comes to that are posts that connect emotionally. So thinking about what you felt before Beachbody, what you feel now, or what you're working towards, those are the ones that people connect with, and that's really the ones that people will join from. Versus you get the containers and you get the year membership, and you, instead of listing all that, people don't care, honestly. They just want to know that you can relate to them.
Okay.
So, but yes, definitely, you can for sure do both.
Okay.
Good question.
Thanks.
Anybody else have any questions? No, y'all are good. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys for jumping on the call. All right, I am going to take a picture because you are all coaches, so your face will need to be on your page at some point anyways. So are y'all ready? I'm going to take a picture. 1, 2, 3, cheese. I need to come up with like a cheer or something. All right. Well, we stayed on track. And if you have any other questions, please reach out to me and let's set up a one-on-one call to make you, help you feel confident in your business. But this is kind of the basics. So going into, did anybody want to do the clean week challenge thing? I know Leanne did. If anybody wants to, Misty does. Okay, if you're interested, then we'll talk about that in our group chat and the details on that. I have to sit down and actually plan that out, and then I can kind of walk you through exactly what that looks like. Okay, well, thanks for your time tonight, ladies. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any questions, just message me. All right, bye.